Basement Bookers Podcast. Well, what you gonna do, brothers, when the Basement Bookers run wild on you? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome yourselves, while we welcome you as well, to the Basement Bookers Podcast. This week, we're brought here with, a loss to professional wrestling as a whole, as an industry. Hulk Hogan, Terry Bollea has died. I have a solo tribute video for him that'll be linked down below. But in this episode, we will be talking a little bit about Hulk Hogan, which Hulk Hogan in himself deserves like a whole podcast episode by sophisticated, intelligent, knowing minds. So we're not qualified really for that. But what we will do, Rich the Riz, co-host forever, co-host for life, Riz's baldest man, what we're doing. We're going to first talk about, Hulk Hogan a little bit, his legacy, his impact on wrestling, because, that's true. That's a fact. It's a fact. Mm-hmm. There's all these debates online about it. It's, well, if you're into wrestling, it's what you're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think I'm not going to speak for everybody. I can't speak for Rich the Riz. I can only speak for myself. This is one of those situations where it's like the opinions of Basement Jared does not affect whatever the Basement Bookers podcast that Rich always says when I say something out of pocket. But
that's my job. It's in my contract.
That's right. And all I'm saying is, you say WWF before the whole they can't do it anymore. It was Hulk Hogan. When we were growing up, and he was in everything. He was a household name. He was on talk shows. He had a TV show. There was Hulk Hogan Vitamins, brother. There was a cartoon. They did music. Toys. My God, the toys. And, wrestling buddies and all that stuff. Like, all that's Hulk Hogan. He was on everything.
Now, granted, it was, also the marketing, whoever was behind marketing in WWF at the time. So obviously Vince had a hand in that too. But it was one of those things where you needed both, right? Like,
well,
Vince.
I think it was being in Rocky 3. But what I mean to say is Rocky was a huge franchise. There was already 2 movies. So it was like, for what we have now, like the Marvel movies, like the superhero movies, the Rocky movie come out, you go see the Rocky movie. And you had Hulk Hogan in there. That was the exposure. And then, all of that.
Yeah, people were already invested in going to see that franchise, the next installment, and you got Hogan in it as a major character, like the big villain. I'm guessing, I didn't see it, but like it was huge. And Hogan, for the wrestling industry in general, I know probably a lot of people that are watching this are considerably younger than us. I was born in 1980, so I didn't see the rise of Hogan. I started to become exposed to Hogan when he was already at his peak. We didn't have cable. I didn't see the Manias live. I had to maybe get the VHS tapes later on, weeks, months, years later probably. But I was watching every Saturday WWF Superstars, and every Sunday, whatever the Sunday show was called. Both of them were on at noon here. Either way, it was syndicated, and Hogan was the name, period. In wrestling, 80s, it was Hogan. And I just wanted to mention my 3 top Hogan moments, which
That's
is
a good
going to be
idea.
um, slamming Andre.
That's yep. Number one. Okay,
It it
I agree.
it sent shockwaves throughout the wrestling world doing it because Andre, I mean, yes, he had lost before and everything, but on TV at a major event had never gotten lifted and slammed. And Andre made the
Yes.
call right there. Andre essentially knew. Like Andre helped groom Hogan, helped bring him into the business, helped bring him in, help build him. And he made the call on the spot, slam me. Now Andre could say to me, slam
I
me,
heard
and
that
I'd be
was
like,
always the plan. Like
mm-hmm,
sometimes I hear stories. Like I hear your version, and it's
mm-hmm.
like no, that was the plan. That was always the plan. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but
I
I
got
don't
because
know
I
what the
I've
Hogan story is and what the actual story is. You know, I'm
like
not
'cause-
sure.
I've heard a couple of versions as well, but like the gist I got was essentially kind of like Brock, where if Brock didn't want it to happen, it wasn't going to happen. You know, like if Andre didn't want Hogan to slam him, he wouldn't have, obviously. So maybe there could have been, maybe Andre could have called an audible and said, "No, don't, you're not slamming me. I'm going home with this title." Like
Well, you know, I
Andre,
think if Vince
Mhm.
wanted Andre to do business, he'd do business. I think that's how it worked.
I think he would. It was probably one of those things where he could, but he's going to do business. But he could not.
This is
So
why
so
I like talking about wrestling before
mhm.
the internet, because then it's like, oh shit, really? You know what
Yeah,
I mean? That's all
yeah.
there is.
You didn't have your dirt sheet aficionados claiming they know exactly what happened, and you got like three guys that say they all heard from a reputable source all these three completely different stories. Like,
I just miss that. I miss the days where you could just be like, "Oh shit, really?" And it's like,
yeah,
"No, not really." But we don't. How am I supposed to prove? You can't prove that his uncle doesn't work backstage at Madison Square Garden sometimes and talks to the guys. You know what I
yeah,
mean? You can't
yeah.
tell.
So, like sometimes I want to not be plugged into the wrestling world just so that I could just watch and like not hear the backstage stories. You
That's
know,
hard to do, brother. So
especially now
let's.
with WWE Unreal coming out.
That's right. But Rich the Riz, I gotta help you here. Stay on plan. So
That's one.
after Hulk, okay, Andre,
There's
yep.
that. There's joining the NWO. Now, in all honesty, all cards on the table here. I mentioned, Hogan was the name. I wasn't a Hogan guy. I wasn't a Hogan fan as a kid. I liked him, but I liked Warrior better. Just me. Everyone had their favorite. Some people their favorite was Macho Man. You know, um, but and like I felt the
I liked
character
all
was
those
stale.
guys.
Yeah, but like I didn't care for Hogan. To me, he was a little bland. Like he had the "what you gonna do," blah 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 blah. It wasn't really landing with me
You know
as
what
a
it
kid.
is? You were immune to I'm a real American. I think
Perhaps
that's
I,
what really probably might have not helped you. You were immune for some reason. That
perhaps
sucks. That's
to
like being
me,
immune to like a
hmm
good disease, you know?
yeah,
Man, I'm sorry you didn't get that one, you know?
me too. But you know what? Like
I'm
like to
sorry
me, the
you didn't
cat
catch the Hulkamania, brother.
didn't catch the mania. But to me, the character was a little stale. It was one dimensional. It was like this is what it is. This is what we're gonna get. You know, like I
He would
like
say some wild shit though. Like I think you would
Warrior.
appreciate those promos more as like an adult.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone was as off the chain as Warrior, and then second Piper, and then third Savage
Well, I
that
mean,
day.
like, well, here's the thing. When I say that, I mean with like presence and like Piper's just
Presence,
talking
yeah.
shit. Like that's not as like amazing as the way Macho Man Randy Savage would speak and he'd do stuff with his hands and like it was
Mm,
all super expressive. Piper's not even close with that kind of thing that I'm talking about. When it comes to like being like a legit, just straight up talking shit, doing all that, Piper, yeah, but he's not doing like the mannerisms and the madness. You know, like his
That's a
whole
very good
body
Savage, by the
is
way.
like. I appreciate that, but it
Mm.
wasn't that good. But thank you. Like
I liked it. I thought it was very
he, Rich liked this. Jerry likes this too. And then, so you know what I mean? Like he
good.
was a bit more like there was more energy for him. He had more like cracked energy. It was
Mm.
crazy. But yes, please continue with
Yeah. So Hogan joined the NWO.
that was big for the whole world.
Because
Like
I was like, wait
everybody
a
knows
second.
NWO.
Right. Like, I didn't see this coming. Hogan, a bad guy? Hogan spray painting people, spray painting a championship belt?
When that
Anti-establishment?
happened,
It was a
wrestling was
whole
officially dirty. That
yeah,
it
it
got
was
dirty from there.
it was a whole new world for Hogan. It was a different character. It became cool to be a bad guy and to like the bad guys. And I know a lot of people crap on that, especially now and everything, but you can't argue with the merch sales that NWO did.
Yeah, it's the design. It's the it's
Hmm.
simple. You can wear it to school,
Yeah.
and it's just cool.
Hmm.
Because there's
And
like wrestling shirts that's like it's kind of cringe. I don't need this on me. Like back in the day, you
yeah,
know.
exactly.
So that's it was a
And
low key cool shirt. It's like the cool kids had an NWO shirt.
yeah,
Like, oh,
and there is no doubt that without the NWO, Eric Bischoff wouldn't have a podcast called 83 Weeks.
yeah, he's taking this hard too. He lost a
I'm sure
friend.
he is.
He lost
Yeah.
a friend, a business partner. Yep, Real American Freestyle still going. Okay, so
Mm.
after the NWO,
And then Rock and Hogan.
oh
That
yeah,
moment, that is the definition of when they say you make a WrestleMania moment. There is, I don't think before then, there has been a moment at WrestleMania. When you got Hogan, you got a guy coming in. He is supposed to be the heel. He's coming in as the heel. But because he is so respected, he gets a face pop. Rocky got a face pop too. So the crowd was split, and you had that moment where they had the timing just right, where one looked one way, one looked the other way, and they flipped it. They were
and they
obviously
keep trying
talking,
to do
but
that.
yeah, they
They
keep
keep
trying to
trying to replicate
recreate
it.
it, and you like because it was that iconic. It was an iconic moment. Period. That is top tier. That was a WrestleMania moment. That's what they talk about. Just having every single person in the stands on their feet. The two guys in the ring haven't even touched yet.
Yeah, because it's like the biggest thing. Because
Mm-hmm.
Rock was our guy here, WWE, and then
Mm-hmm.
Hulk Hogan, he's Hulk fucking Hogan at the time.
Yeah.
Like this is happening. Oh my god. And then
That.
they were cheering. I was like, what are they cheering him? Do you hear that shit? And it
Mm-hmm.
was crazy. There's no doubt
And
the Rock was gonna win, but
right.
like it, Hulk went over in another way.
Exactly. And that's how you do it. Now, Hogan joined NWO wouldn't have been as impactful if it was anyone else. Rock Hogan, again, wouldn't have been as impactful if it was Rock and anyone else. Hogan, undeniably, like how you feel about anything else he has ever done aside, Hulk Hogan, the immortal one, undeniably one of the biggest icons in wrestling ever. And what Triple H said, WWE would not be where it is today if not for Hogan. I'm going to agree with that statement.
That's just a fact. That's just a
Hmm.
fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
It just levels. There's levels. They say there's levels to this shit. Hogan took it. It was hand in hand with Vince because you need the machine behind you, and the machine was behind Hogan. Took it to that next level. It's because the machine needs the right guy. It wouldn't have worked with a Ted DiBiase, for instance. You know,
um,
love him
yeah,
or hate him, it's different.
yeah. So I wanted to mention that if anybody wanted like a actual history lesson on Hulk Hogan, like an actual wrestling historian, Jim Cornette's latest thing he does, it's like over an hour of talking about Hulk Hogan,
Mm,
and they go through from the beginning.
mm,
It's like a documentary in a podcast. So that you do that shit later because this is nowhere near as long. All right, stick with us.
yeah.
Um, but I agree with everything you said. Like I don't even have to do my own because it's the same.
Mm,
I would only add on when he was wrestling HBK and HBK bumped around like he was made of like a rubber man, like he was
mm-hmm,
Gumby. It
mm-hmm,
was hilarious. Finger poke of doom. Say what you want about that. It's still a moment in wrestling history
mm-hmm,
that Hulk Hogan is a part of. The stories about backstage politicking and the intrigue and like that. That's even more interesting.
mm-hmm,
And that kind of what upset me about the fact that they stopped working on that Hulk Hogan movie because I would
mm,
have loved to see like a movie
mm-hmm.
about him.
Yeah.
And, maybe, it just sucks that he won't be able to see it. But I think you wait like a year or so, there will be a movie about Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm. And that's another thing I wanted to say also, by the way, that they say like Hogan changed the industry in a lot of ways, right? Like they say don't let the inmates run the asylum, right? So when Hogan went to WCW, there were these like it was thrown around who had creative control, right? And maybe
Right,
Hogan
right.
did, maybe
Yeah.
he had a little, maybe he had more than they say, maybe he had all of it. I don't know. Him and Hall and Nash and talked about their contracts and everything. I'm gonna say two things. One, Hogan, Hall, and Nash made it so wrestlers can make more money. They raised the bar for everyone with everything they did. But also, he gave the template, right? Like I said, they say you don't let the inmates run the asylum. You don't give the boys creative control. Maybe Hogan helped prove why. Like maybe it was always said, always known it was probably a bad idea, but it's good to have the data that proves it's probably not a great idea to have the boys have creative control. Either way, still a benefit to the business that we have that now.
Yes. I couldn't agree more with everything. You know what I mean?
Mm,
It goes without saying, really, and it's really been said that you can't, you shouldn't build your house on top of a column. You should have four columns, at least to support. What I mean is you want to have enough stars where like one person can't hold you up like that. And
yeah.
that's easier said than done, but that's how you got to really book.
Hmm.
If you want to, you were fortunate to have your Goldbergs, and all that, and Sting was there and all that, and it wasn't, Hulk helped, a
Hmm.
lot. There's no doubt about that,
Hmm.
and all of that, but that a lot of other people had to grow too.
Yeah.
So
Hogan,
and
Hogan certainly did his job of getting more eyes on the WCW product, which obviously is a boon and
right.
was a tremendous boon for the company.
That's true. That is so true. And I'm going to say how true it is. It's so true. It's
Spitting
damn
facts,
true.
brother.
Yeah, I can't take all these facts. It's just too much. But what I was going to say is that also, to leave it at that, you know, a rising tide lifts all boats, and
Mm-hmm.
Hulk Hogan was that in professional wrestling. What an impact! What a life in professional wrestling. His final wrestling match in WWE. Do you remember who it was? This will be the closing little trivia there on that.
Mm.
You're not allowed to look it up. I'm asking you.
Okay. Do I remember?
I do. I don't need to. I don't need to look it up. That's why I'm asking you. I'm gonna give you a. Oh, if I give you a hint, I'll just give it away. Like you will know. If you want a hint, let me know. But
Yeah, give me
until
a
then,
hint.
you should try. All right.
Give me a hint.
The person is on that stage on one during the 10 bell salute. It's really easy. It could only be like less than a handful of people.
Was it Triple H?
No, it was not
Huh.
Triple H. It's the other one. This is easy.
I didn't see Michaels on stage,
I
but that
already
doesn't mean he
gave it
wasn't
away
there.
when I said the other one.
Michaels?
Michaels wasn't there.
I didn't think he was. I don't remember seeing him. But all right, who?
Randy Orton. When you said the other one, think Evolution, Triple
Huh.
H, him.
Ah, okay.
They're the only elder statesmen on that stage that are like that could have wrestled Hogan in his last match. So
Damn.
yes. So there
Damn.
you go. The
Hmm.
Legend Killer. Randy Orton, it was the Legend Killer gimmick
Yeah.
versus Hulk Hogan. And that was it. Anything about the 10 bell salute? It was really good. I thought it was nice. Um, yeah.
I think it was your standard 10 bell salute. You had the crew there. There was the one gentleman I didn't recognize in the white suit. He was next to DiBiase. But if anyone knows who it was, let us know down below. I'm
Yes, and
curious.
also to if you could put, we encourage you to share Hogan memories. If you have
Hmm.
any, Hulk Hogan memories. If not, maybe any memories of like matches that involved Hulk Hogan that you liked in some
Hmm.
way, or just like and subscribe.
I have a recommendation if you've never seen it, and like if you're of the thing of Hogan, he had his own moves of doom. He didn't really risk his body a lot.
Oh, New
Check out,
Japan, right? Watch the New
yeah,
Japan stuff. We're gonna see
Hulk
Hogan do
Hogan
some
versus
wrestling, brother.
check out Hogan versus Tiger Mask.
Wrestling, Hogan knew graps. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? He
Yeah,
did.
if you need
And
proof, check that out.
right,
Hogan versus Tiger Mask.
say what you will. Rest in peace, Terry Bollea, Hulk Hogan. Thanks, brother. Also for the memes, for the brother. Like
Hmm.
that will also live forever, you know?
Immortal
And
indeed.
that's right. So for the rest of this episode, guys, we're gonna be talking about SummerSlam, what we know,
Hmm.
the matches a little bit, more specifically John Cena versus Cody, how it is indeed in a street fight, the six-pack TLC that obviously favors the Wyatt Six.
Hmm.
A little bit of backstage stuff, nothing huge, maybe a little commentary about, social media. Chelsea Green had a little bit of trouble this week in the fall, and, the social media storm that was the death of Hulk Hogan.
Hmm.
Also, a little bit of Ric Flair news. I'm not sure if you guys all knew. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Then we're gonna do some fantasy booking and predictions. Who needs it more, Cena or Cody? We're gonna talk about the TLC a little bit more and what could be after SummerSlam. Um, and it's not gonna it's gonna be brief because this isn't the full SummerSlam episode. We'll probably talk more about that as it gets closer. Since Monday, who knows what could happen, what could be added, or
Hmm.
Friday, or things could happen on the show, change thoughts, data leading into the picks and predictions episode, which is usually a huge thing here.
Hmm.
Um, if I'm going too fast, if you wanted to, I'm still going through the rundown, but you good so far?
I'm with you, brother.
Okay, and that's really it. Those things, and then the huge. So let's talk about it. How do you feel about John Cena and Cody Rhodes in a street fight of all things?
I feel like this is really built up to needing a street fight. Just like the way they put this all together, with Cena not wanting to sign the contract, and then Cody, he gets him, makes him sign, which I'm sure no lawyers are watching, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Um, who needs the win? I think I don't think it hurts either of them to lose. It's going to be something screwy happen. I think the win would be more important for Cody, but I still think Cena's going to walk away with it because I
Wow,
think I think they're not going to take it off him until the very end, because I think that it leads to more of a possibility, to more of the feeling of, is he going to leave as champion? Like, will he take the title and retire as champion? That's something that Cena, a modern day Hogan, if you will, can do. So I feel like I think that's the road they're going to take. No pun
wow,
intended.
wow. Wow. Look, like I'm actually kind of glad that you said that because now I feel like SummerSlam's a little bit more interesting because I think it might be Cody.
Mm,
And obviously a street fight favors John Cena. Um, and I think the whole idea of the street fight is to protect John Cena.
mm-hmm,
They may have picked up some notes and it's like, okay, maybe he's not moving as well as he used to. Maybe he's thinking that, and that's why, because I feel like this protects him.
mm-hmm,
And it also could protect Cody if,
certainly.
okay.
Mm-hmm,
So I think it's Cody. I'm not saying he turns heel, but we might get face John Cena back
mm.
somehow, and he finishes as a babyface. You know, um,
That would be unexpected, I think, and I think that would be cool. I think that could certainly make for a really, really good SummerSlam moment.
like a John Cena with some wins under his belt, coming off of losing the championship, and then you have him because okay, so the WWE championship. All right, Cody. Think about John Cena, right?
Mm-hmm,
He wants to be the one to hand it to the next one. That's what he said. I want to get win 17 to hand it to 18. Okay?
mm-hmm,
So he's doing that for Cody. But Rich the Riz, there are championships, two champions in WWE. Why pass a torch to only one champion?
mm.
Okay? You're going to get babyface John Cena challenging Gunther or whoever the world heavyweight champion is. I would love for it to be Gunther. Still,
Mm.
because it's been like rumors that Gunther could be John Cena's last opponent.
Mm.
So, and it tracks. I feel like a babyface John Cena against Gunther, a babyface John Cena what wins under his belt,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got he did retire Goldberg, and then he'd be retiring John Cena. It'd be John Cena's final match too. That's kind of a
That would
big responsibility when you think about it. That's a
that
lot
would
for a
be
guy.
that would be really,
Then you ask, does he deserve
really.
that? Is he that? You know what I
Mm-hmm,
mean? Is he that guy?
those
That's a
would be.
question for the Bookiverse. That's a question for the Bookiverse. Is he that guy?
Let us
Do
know
you
down
want
below.
Gunter? Do you think he should be the one to retire John Cena, even as like a possibility? Would you entertain that?
Mm.
It's a good question, right?
It is. That would be a really, really good for Gunter's resume.
Yeah. So I
No
guess
doubt
since we're
about it.
speculating on this street fight, do you think Cody Rhodes could turn heel or just do heel shit?
Maybe just do heel shit. Um, I feel like he likes being a heelish babyface, kind of like the end of his AEW run.
Well, not really, not necessarily, because that was the whole reason he lost to John Cena. He wasn't willing to use the championship when he could have. And then
Yeah,
John Cena capitalized. And that was the whole thing after that where Cody said he will not hesitate next time.
right. So they could be leaning toward like going towards having Cody do heel stuff as a face. Like I said, compared to his the end of his AEW run, where he was doing heel stuff. He was hitting the low blow behind the ref's back, and Arn Anderson's like, "What are you doing, man?" He's like,
Do you know what I'm doing?
"Yeah." I mean, if anyone is familiar with dirtiest player in the game, it's Arn Anderson.
That's right.
Second time throwing it up.
Okay. So, um, I don't know. I think it'll be status quo. Honestly, I don't
Mm,
know if I don't have my expectations high that something like game changing is going to occur at SummerSlam this year because
mm,
what you go in with that attitude, you allow yourself to be disappointed
mm,
when it ends the way it is. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, is that all? It's like, well, they never said, it wasn't like you'll never see it coming, and you get
mm,
Roman Reigns as a heel just winning the world title back, the Universal Championship.
mm.
So it's not always that. Um, but we do have, I don't, you know what? Let's just go on to the six pack TLC. Uh, the six pack TLC is official.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically all the tag teams on SmackDown
Mm-hmm.
versus the Wyatt Six. Now, this is, I believe, yeah, a TLC. So this favors what, and I think maybe I'm not speaking prematurely. They walk away with this because they
Yeah.
have the numbers game.
Mm-hmm.
Only one closer. I guess if you involve B, oh no, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna involve B Fab and Candice, and so like Motor City Machine Guns are gonna be outnumbered.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Fraxium is going to be
Andrade and
outnumbered.
yeah, Andrade and Phoenix, which is
Mm.
that's interesting.
That was
That's
an
an
interesting
interesting,
little vignette.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a they're a tag team now, I believe, officially.
It seems so. It's
It's
weird.
interesting. Why not just do Lucha
I
Brothers? Why are we doing this?
I don't. I don't. I really wish I was a fly on the wall of the creative talking about what to do with Phoenix, what to do with Penta, right?
Well, we'll
Like,
be able to do that on Tuesday with
yeah,
the new Raw thing, but continue.
yeah. So Penta is in a shuffle at the moment. I think does he have a he's doing
I think he's
something.
messing with the Bronson Reed and Braun Breakers of the world, or
Yeah, he's
he's out
involved.
there having a good time.
Yeah. Um, but now Phoenix tagging with Andrade. Are they trying to elevate Andrade? Is because Phoenix? I think Phoenix is a better talker than Andrade. Andrade may be more experienced talking on American TV. Um,
Brother, like it's not a high bar to be a better speaker
than
than
Andrade.
Andrade, and
I
I'm
know
not saying Ray Phoenix is the best speaker either.
he's not,
Like
but
he's good, but
mm,
you know what I mean. Like with Andrade is thick, man. That dude, he is his nation. It's like that's the guy right there.
mm,
You know what I mean? You
mm,
think that place, you think Andrade. You feel me?
yeah.
You know what I mean? So anyway, please.
I really like that. It's well established on this podcast. If you've never Cena's before, but I really like the in-ring work of Andrade and Phoenix. Phoenix, I think, is probably in-ring work for a luchador style my favorite in-ring worker at the moment.
Look, yeah, I listen. Before I don't want to cut you off, but
Mhm.
look, I'm all about great athleticism. You could do all the flips, but I'm sorry. You got to have the star power behind you. I need a personality
Yeah.
that's like I want to see this guy, this hero, this dude to win. I want him kicking ass because I give a shit. Because he's cool, and I
Hmm.
want to do some more cool shit. You know what I mean? That's what I
Hmm.
want. That's what I need.
Yeah.
And however you do that, I feel like let's get back to fundamentals. Okay, let's get the heat.
Hmm.
You gotta get the really good heels,
Hmm.
and you gotta get the baby faces to overcome. That's all you need, man. What's his motivation?
Right.
What's he want? Like right now, all right, tag team champions. Andrade, Rey Fenix. Let's do this. I haven't been doing great by myself. He hasn't been doing great by himself. But when we work together, we're great.
Hmm.
So let's be the tag team champions, and maybe that'll get more opportunity for us to show what we can do, get better, and then who knows? We could be the best tag team champions of all times. And may the chips fall where they may. Maybe that's the story. Or maybe I'm just giving
Perhaps.
too much here. So,
But like maybe that is the story. But maybe they should tell us that's the story. You know?
right.
And Andrade referred to Phoenix as Animo, the the animal. I'm like, that's the I looked it up. That's not what that means. Animo means spirit. It's a
Right.
spirit. You know?
Is Ray
Like,
Phoenix is Andrade's spirit animal or something? Is that what he's trying to? Because I was having trouble. Like I thought it was cool visually, in the that they're actually letting him talk,
hmm,
them do a thing. It's like, oh, interesting.
yeah. But
You
it's
know?
yeah, it was weird. I was thrown off by that little vignette. Like, okay, like because it showed me that this is a thing that they want to do moving forward. They're now like really a team as opposed to like, yeah, they're still two guys thrown together, but they're behind it.
Yeah.
Is it just to stack up this TLC match to put them
It could
together?
be. Just put all these teams and also maybe give more opportunities to people that might otherwise not make it onto the card.
Hmm.
They want their car crash match,
Yeah,
and
they gotta
what
have
better way to
it.
do it?
Yeah, and not for nothing.
And
I'm
it's
like,
Jersey. They love that shit. I love that shit. Why not
yeah,
do that
same.
shit?
Like TLC. So just to run them down, you got the Wyatts, Andrade and Phoenix, DIY, Fraxium, the Machine Guns, and the Street Profits. That's 6 teams, 12 official participants in the match. Plus you got Fab and Candice. You got Howdy and Rowan. Who like
Nikki
is
Cross. Don't
Nikki
forget about
Cross?
her.
That's probably all the extraneous people that we're gonna get. That's a lot. That's getting a lot of folks onto the
It's
card.
gonna be crazy just for the Wyatt Six just to retain.
Yeah, it's gonna
And
be
I
chaos.
noticed that as Mercy the Buzzard and
Hmm.
Husky the Pig Boy that are the tag team champions. And I gotta say, for someone who's supposed to be a pig boy, he's a lot slimmer than Bray Wyatt was at his huskiest weight, just for the
True.
record.
That
So
that that is a fact. But
he kind of
I think
wrestles big though, which is
he does.
interesting.
He does
Because like
like
how he
he.
throws Loomis into the ropes, it's like okay,
Hmm.
that's interesting that you're doing that. Like you guys
Yeah.
wrestle big.
Yeah, he wrestles as if he's a larger guy. But I feel like he can do it. Like we saw him live at that Evolve show that we
Yeah,
went to. I think he's got it. Like he makes it.
Rowan
He
is
absolutely makes it look.
tall.
Rowan's a big dude.
He
Rowan's
makes
a
them look
tall dude.
tall. They make Rowan look taller.
Yeah, which is good for Rowan. Not necessarily fantastic for them, but like Gacy's not short,
No,
so I still think it's good. I'm curious why they're not really doing anything with Rowan on his own or as a tag team.
Right. That I
Like
don't
we
know.
he's a
I think
former
he's
tag champ.
it's a unit. I think it's about they're like a family
Hmm.
almost. So keeping the belts, it doesn't matter who's holding them. We work to keep them,
True.
kind of thing.
I'm down with that. And like, but should Rowan get a title match somewhere, or should they defend Freebird style?
That's what I suggested that like a while ago. But yes, I absolutely
Yeah.
100%. Why not?
Bo Dallas is a former tag champ. Rowan's a former tag champ. I
Yeah,
mentioned every member of the Wyatts has now held WWE main roster gold.
I feel like they need to start. If they don't start getting, Howdy needs to wrestle matches.
Yeah.
They need to get him out there. I don't. Maybe right now, currently, they still sell merch, which is why. But like, I don't want to pull up April, third week in April, and I got a list of releases, and I got like, Bo Dallas on there. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, oh well, he really didn't do anything. I
Right.
I don't want that. So I think something has to be done because Carmelo Hayes is just he was with the Miz and now they're just not together.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know why. I don't know why there's an explanation. Theory and Waller, a conversation. They broke up that. I didn't mean to bring that up into this situation. By the way,
They are a tag team.
just just for the record, keeping up with the outline of the episode, guys, we're not off track. Um, we were gonna talk more about the tag titles and TLC later anyway, so let's just combine into this segment, right now.
Hmm.
So it's all good. It's all good. So
Yeah. Regarding Bo, I wonder if they're letting him rest an injury still.
yeah, it's possible. I hope not. It's like, they don't take too kindly to people who are constantly, not okay.
Hmm.
Um,
He
but
did get
yeah, we
involved
just
in the brawl at the end of SmackDown, though.
he did, and he's going to be involved in SummerSlam. That's why I think they're going to win
Hmm.
the match. So, do you have anything that could be added that you think should be added to SummerSlam, like a match you would like somebody that's not currently like in a thing that you think shouldn't be left off the SummerSlam card of 2 nights, which by the way, officially the main event for night one is indeed the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. It's going to be him and Jay versus Braun Breaker and Big Bronson Reed. You know,
Jay, who was definitely hitting the Mary J on his response tweet.
yeah, Willie Nelson levels of blazed is
Hmm.
allegedly what he was. Allegedly, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. You know, I don't
Hmm.
judge people by that. But nonetheless, Rich. So far, we got Cody and John. We talked about that a little bit. Gunther and Punk. That's gonna happen. And we got the two women's titles matches, as well as what we discussed, the Roman Reigns match,
Hmm.
and the tag team match that we talked about. And the women's tag team match, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair
Hmm.
versus Raquel Rodriguez, Roxanne Perez, new music. How we feeling? Did we notice?
I noticed the new music. I was more wanting to see if they were going to do the Roxanne cam, which they did.
The
Yeah,
timing was off.
the timing was a little off.
Timing was
Um,
off because of the music, I think. If you rewatch it, you're like, no,
mm,
it's not as smooth. But
mm,
they're still doing
you know,
that.
yeah, they're working it out. Um, I dig the Roxanne cam. Um,
I told you, Roxanne Cam's great.
Obviously they have big plans for Roxanne post Judgment Day. It's probably almost definitely going to feud with Liv. Is Dom going to switch allegiance again? Is he gonna follow the Roxanne? I don't know.
I think he already has.
Hmm.
He's a little bit busy. He showed up at AAA, inserted himself in a title match that's going to occur. It's gonna be interesting. They love to hate him down there, you know.
Mm-hmm. He's got a title match at SummerSlam as well. Defending his
That's
IC
right,
title
AJ
against a phenomenal
Styles.
one. Mm-hmm.
That's right. We're getting Damian Priest versus Aleister Black on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
actually. So they're not going to be on SummerSlam. So they're going to be on the SmackDown SummerSlam special.
Yeah, I feel like
And
this
you
is
got
the.
Bayley versus I'm sorry, Becky versus Lyra for
Mm-hmm.
the IC title. I don't think we've heard the last of Bayley with that, honestly. Her being left off the card at SummerSlam, I think she'll be there. Honestly, I think she'll be there. She'll involve herself in that match somehow. And Lyra's probably gonna win because she did say she can't. If she loses, she can't challenge for the IC title. She didn't specify for as long as Becky had it, though.
Yeah, well, the Wikipedia
Like, would that be
says
like a Cody situation? Okay, so what does the Wikipedia say?
if Becky wins, Lyra can't challenge for the title as long as Becky is champ.
Okay, great. So it really doesn't matter. This as
Yeah,
long as Becky is champ.
right.
So Bayley screws Lyra. Lyra's Becky's feud over because she can't. Now it's Bayley versus Becky. Bayley eventually gets the belt off Becky. Then you do Lyra, Bayley feuding. I don't know who's aligned where. That's how you put the belt back on Lyra if you build her properly through this. Well, I'm so
That
excited. Through this program.
yes, I agree. Lyra.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, it's all right. I've said it 100 times. Lyra needs something.
So this could be the fuse.
Yeah. She needs an intensity about her. Like I can't just have her just walk into the ring like this all the time. And have that be her character. That and the Bird Lady thing.
Listen,
I need
what she needs
more.
is moments. She needs moments because once she has those moments and people are seeing these moments all over YouTube, when she comes out, they'll do the thing because it's fucking cool and she's fucking cool. So she needs the moments. That's when it happens. Then they'll do the shit. Otherwise, there's no moments. You're telling me that she's awesome, but you haven't showed me that.
Right.
I mean, like, I'm not saying she can't wrestle. She can. I'm just saying there's something else because obviously if there wasn't, then I wouldn't have to say shit. It'd be like, I'm not saying everybody's Rhea Ripley, which by the way, I don't know whose pop was bigger. Honestly, Roman Reigns or Rhea Ripley. Because you can have a conversation about that. You certainly can.
And that shows you where Rhea is and is top tier. This is the
I
echelon.
don't mean to go off book, which we probably did, but not really. But I just think that this SummerSlam, it might actually be pretty good. You know? And I really want it to be. And this sucks, by the way, because I want Becky to do this, but it's going to get her cheered. And she's a heel. I would have loved it if Becky really legit came out to I'm a Real American. It would be the best. Just the best. But I bet you she wouldn't do that. She's probably, I don't know. Anyway.
Nah, that would have broken the internet.
That would, oh, dude. Because have you seen it? There's been video edits of after the match with Lyra and Bayley, Becky's comes out or whatever. Well, when she came out, there was a situation where Becky comes out and they replaced her music with Hulk Hogan.
Ha!
The Real American. It was great. I popped. So I was like, yeah. I was like, wait a minute.
That's great.
All right. So, SummerSlam is huge. I can't think of any other matches you could really like add to it. Like what you think. Like if you could make a SummerSlam match with someone who's not currently on the card, who would it be and why? And that could also be in the comments below if you guys got ideas on who should have a SummerSlam match that doesn't have one.
Scrolling through the card, I won't say should have a SummerSlam match, but I'm a little surprised he doesn't have a match lined up. Is LA Knight? Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's because Seth got hurt. I
probably.
think it may have been LA Knight versus Seth Rollins
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm,
Seth was supposed to win the Saturday Night's main event
mm,
fight. Right. LA Knight, that's a good catch there. Oh, I can't believe this. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot to mention Jelly Roll tagging with Randy Orton versus Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre.
mm-hmm.
That, and also, guys, we don't have to worry about Travis Scott ruining SummerSlam because
Dean.
apparently
Dean.
there's a falling out somewhere.
Mm.
So we might never see him again. And I'm sorry if you're a fan, but I can't.
I
can't
just hate when
accept it.
things don't get the payoff. You know.
Yeah, that's what it taints the Cody Cena program. It's like this mark
Yeah.
that you just can't. You take your thumb and it's not coming off.
Yeah. It's like you read the story as it's written up. It's like, and Travis Scott punctures Cody's eardrum with a punch, yada yada yada, and is never mentioned again.
Yeah. Like, look, I get it. Like, the guy's got a lot of things he's doing. Like, he's an entertainer, and like all of that stuff ain't gonna smoke itself. Like, I don't understand what you want from him. You know what I mean? He's just doing the best he can.
Mm-hmm.
Travis Scott is doing the best he can.
Mm-hmm.
One alleged blunt at a time or whatever. Allegedly, I don't know. But that's who's gonna do it? You gonna do it for him? No.
I'm not.
Snoop Dogg's busy with his own stuff. He can't help him. All right.
Mm.
So, being that we can't come up with any matches really, anything that's not really announced, let's go and talk about some like little things. So Chelsea Green,
Mm-hmm.
she's temporarily, she's left social media.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she's been caught in the storm that is the IWC responding to the death of Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because she had first posted, milk toast, regular, thing. And then
Mm-hmm.
she's like, basically, she did it again, but with caveats. Like, it got a certain part of her fan base,
Mm-hmm.
the ones that she really caters to openly. And
Mm-hmm.
it's mostly them, sending death threats and stuff because she wasn't mean to Hulk Hogan. And it's really sad.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like, I think I should give thoughts on this because you're not as plugged in as I am with this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just a lot of like vile stuff. It's like, dude he's gone. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do to him. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You're just being nasty because you want to maybe, like, some people legit have feelings. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you can't, but there's some people who are just doing it because they know some people like him and will be hurt by that. And they just want to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that's not true, but that's just what it looks like to me. And also it could be people just saying shit to just fuel the hate machine. There's people who do that shit for fun. It's like a hobby, just to
Mm-hmm.
set people off and say all these vile and nasty things that they would not say in the presence of that person. They're too busy. They'll be too busy fumbling in their pockets for a pen and like a paper for them to get an autograph or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really crazy. Like, I'm glad that the internet is not real life. I'm glad that those people are really not that many and that there's
Mm-hmm.
more good people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
When you say all these vile things about somebody after they're dead, you know what I'm saying? And one thing I will say, as far as
Mm-hmm.
I know, Hulk Hogan never beat his wife. Okay. He never Minecrafted anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But there was people said that OJ died. Okay. Like, I've seen some horrible shit said about Hulk Hogan who hasn't done anything crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you would think he fucking did. But
I'm with
yeah, I'm
you.
sorry, Chelsea. I'm sorry your feelings were hurt that you had to disappear because the sickos that you cater to are fucking crazy. And also, there's crazy people on every spectrum, and you just angered all of them. You know why? Because you tried to please everybody. And when you
Mm-hmm.
try to please everybody, you please no one.
Mm-hmm.
And Cody, you don't need to say shit's complicated. Just say what you got to say and just
Mm-hmm.
move on. I know you're politicking and all that shit, but damn, bro. Just for one night, shut the shit off. Be a man, be the champ, and keep it pushing. Like Dustin Rhodes says, like your brother says, he says, keep it stepping.
Mm-hmm.
Keep stepping. And that I think is also important. If
Mm-hmm.
you're out there and you're feeling like you can't, I want you look at me, man. You can. You can. And you should. So put one foot in front of the other. If you want to lose weight, if you want to clean yourself up, you can do that shit.
Absolutely.
Take your vitamins, brother. Okay?
There you
You can.
go. Mm-hmm.
Just don't let yourself down. Don't let the people that love you down. Stand up. Clean up. Feel good. I don't mean to raise my voice. I'm going to use that coarse language, but I feel maybe somebody needs that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I need that. But Ric Flair is officially cancer free, also.
Good.
But yeah,
I didn't get to say anything about the
that's what I'm
Chelsea.
saying.
Yeah.
I just want to let people know that there's some positivity right there.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm not acting crazy. There's some positivity. But go
Yeah.
ahead, please.
The social media is too much of a cesspool, right? This goes back to something we said a few weeks ago. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say it. And that goes for whether you're behind a keyboard or a smart device or in someone's face. I feel like whatever these people said to Chelsea, if they were one-on-one with her, they would not have the balls to say it. You know? So if you wouldn't have the balls to say it face to face, don't say it on social media. You know?
I would argue that
Mm-hmm.
some of those people will actually get violent. So there are people like that. You can't dismiss that.
I feel like
There are actual people who, if in a group,
mm-hmm.
they will do that shit. If they feel like they have cause, that shit can happen. You can't really dismiss people out of hand. Not everybody is just like a keyboard warrior. Some of them are crazy
True.
and will resort to violence.
So all that being said, it's probably a good idea for Chelsea to have taken a step away from social media because there's no way to filter what you see if people are replying directly to you. You could block people, ban people, whatever, but how many? You
Stick to
know,
Instagram.
we said it
If
we said it a few weeks ago. Like what was it? Like something like 30 something percent, over 30%, 32%, something like that of all mentions of Charlotte Flair are negative, are hateful.
Oh yeah,
It
I remember that. It's probably lower now because Alexa Bliss. They're cheering for her now, so she's got the
probably
Bliss rub going.
probably
We could
one
all
would
use
hope,
that right
but
about now.
I feel like us as not famous people, if that means for every 10 mentions that we get, for every 10 responses that we get, 3 of them are negative. we'd be able to scroll through that. I feel like it's like all right, so these 7 are neutral or positive. Cool. Okay? But when you get tens or hundreds of thousands of responses on something or mentions and you're scrolling through, the hate is going to stick with you. There's so much. 3 out of 10 are negative.
Sure, certainly. Yes.
300 out of every 1,000. And if those happen to be the most engaged 300, that's all you're going to see. No one has time to scroll through 10,000 or 1,000 responses. Then the negative has too much of a voice. The volume is too high. So
Well, that's how you get engagement. People like I know how people. It's called rage baiting, man. You just put up a controversial statement, and then at the right place, and it gets into the thing, and then the responses come, and then people have a discussion. That's how it
yeah,
works.
and but the negative effect it has on the person that is the intended target of the hate speech, whatever it may be, Chelsea in this case. I think it's a good idea for her to step away because it's difficult to get away from if you're always on it. So I hope she can take care of herself, take care of her mental health, her well-being while she's away.
All right, great. And Chelsea, if you're watching, which I know you are, obviously, because Rich is talking like you are, he's just
Of
letting you
course.
know. But just like and subscribe, share with your friends. Don't be mean. You got to pay the follow toll. Okay, it's like the troll toll, but different. It's a different thing. Don't worry about that. So, yeah, we're almost there, guys. Actually,
The big boy.
do you have any theories on who might be next in line post SummerSlam? I up until we found out that Roman Reigns and Jay would have their match against Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, I thought that match would be. Wait, it could still happen. Never mind. I was thinking like, even like say Braun Breaker loses their match or whatever, that somehow Heyman gets the briefcase on Breaker and he cashes in on whoever wins Gunther versus Punk, but I don't know what night that is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks like Gunther
If it's
versus
night,
Punk and the Roman J tag team matches the same night. Those are both scheduled for night
damn.
1
Well,
at the
that's
moment.
that's it.
That could
Yeah. Well,
change.
since this, well,
That
no,
could
because
change,
it's
but
the main
according to
event.
the Wikipedia, that's night 1.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So I guess they'll maybe Punk and Gunter will open, or do they do them before Roman and Breaker, like a semi-main event? Man, that's tough. I'd open, I guess. I'd open with Punk and Gunter, get the crowd off hot. Because you would probably start the second night with TLC, right?
Well, the TLC is not
Or
scheduled.
people be
They haven't decided, or at least according to Wikipedia, TLC isn't either night yet. They
yeah,
don't
we
know
don't
which
even
night it's
know
going to
that,
be.
and or Jacob versus Solo, in the cage match. Don't forget about that.
Yeah,
So,
a lot of this. What's
all
your
right, it's
problem,
fine.
man?
What's your problem, man? That's good. That's when I know we're at the right spot. Uh, where to cut off. So okay. Uh, what do you think is after SummerSlam? Like, who's do you think you think we'll get Braun Breaker in the spotlight more? Do you think like do they win that tag team match? Does Jay and Roman lose? That's crazy. But that'll be
I
quick
don't.
because we got to talk about that down the
Yeah,
line anyway.
I don't think Jay and Roman lose it.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that on Friday or Thursday for us,
Yeah,
and we'll see what's going on with that. And look, send us your Hogan stories, if any. Um, try to keep it light as you can. We're not therapists. We're not trying to cure whatever it is that you got going on with the Hulkster. Like, we're never going to be able to fix that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Legitimate or otherwise. I can't, I need medical help. I can't do that for you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I need a therapist. I can't be that for you. This is toxicity and codependency. You will not turn me heel like you did to John Cena. So, send us your Hogan stories. I already said that stuff.
Mhm.
And yeah, we got the Rich. Tell them about uh, Monday. Tell them about SummerSlam weekend, and then yeah,
So, in order of appearance, every Monday Night Raw Basement Bookers are live here on YouTube, streaming a watch along every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time at Raw's scheduled start time. Doesn't matter what time Raw actually starts. Sometimes they go elsewhere and they start earlier, they start later, whatever the hell. 8 p.m. Eastern every Monday. We are live doing this, chatting about what we see on Raw. So we also got
other
we got a
shit will be said. So I'm
yes,
sorry.
absolutely. We got a Patreon where we got some exclusive content, some episodes that maybe couldn't make it onto YouTube for whatever reason. Some
Not
episodes that were
enough.
right.
Just not enough. By the way, not enough. But give us your money, please.
Yeah,
Continue.
yeah. So a lot of content is free. There's a ton of content that's free, but if you chuck in a buck, you get a bit more. I will really appreciate you. It'll keep the lights on, as they say. Of course, we are here on YouTube, so thank you for checking us out. Send us your stories down below. Hogan, R.I.P. Hogan, all of that stuff. And social media. We're on X. We're on Instagram. All of that stuff is in the Patreon link and also in our link tree. Both of those links are down below. Thank you
So
once again for checking us out. We know
now
more
I
than
gotta
half
stop
of
putting
you.
the link tree back down there now. Thanks a
Oh, you
lot.
stopped? Sorry.
It's been a while. I've just been writing it into the actual description. It's
Oh, all
okay. It's fine.
right, all right, all right.
Well, you would
So,
know that if you. No, I'm just kidding. Just go.
God damn it.
uh,
Where was I? Damn it. Anyway,
you were
um,
telling me to do the thing.
yeah, all right. So as always, Jer's got a party message.
We're getting there, guys. We listen. We started an outline now, and now it's getting better, baby. There's a structure here. There's a fucking plan. The match
Believe it or
left
not.
is scheduled for one fall, so make it count, brother.
Do do what the man says, brother.
Follow the Bookers. All right. Thanks, everybody. We hear you.